All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Madrid. And big day today. We've got a lot of the big names playing, and it's going to be an interesting day because after today, we got third round, fourth round. We're starting to get real serious. So this is going to be interesting. With Djokovic coming on against Arnaldi, which is going to be interesting because they've never played, but Arnaldi has been competitive against top 10 guys before. So this could be awkward for Djokovic if he's not playing his best, which at times this year we don't know if he's been at his best. He sometimes has been slipped. He's slipped sometimes during this season. But let's get the preview because these two guys, like I said, never played before, but they're in an interesting little section. So winner of this will take on Zumher, who took out Baez from a set down, which was kind of interesting. And unfortunately, Baez just can't figure out how to play on European clay consistently. But Arnaldi, he beat Chorich in the first round, coming back from a set down to win that one. So he's feeling pretty good. And also in this section of the draw, it's a pretty open section of the draw. But you got Tiafoe, Humbert potentially as well in a fourth round. So yeah, Djokovic's draw to the quarterfinals are pretty good. Pretty nice, especially because even in the quarterfinals, he might play Fonseca, he might play Berrettini, or he might not play either of those guys. Matteo Arnaldi, he is number 44 in the world, 24 years old from Italy, 6'1", right-handed, 8 wins, 9 losses on the season. He's got no titles to his name yet, and actually came in here with a lot of losses. So trying to get some form. I mean, if he beats Djokovic, he's going to feel pretty good about his chances of playing well forever on clay if you beat one of the greats. And Novak Djokovic, number 5 in the world. He's 37 years old from Serbia, 6'2", right-handed, 12 wins, 6 losses on the year. He has no titles this year, but he's got 99 career titles. Trying to win that 100th title, which has eluded him for the last couple of months. Probably since the Olympics. He's been trying. He's been to finals, but he just hasn't been able to get the win. And of course, coming off back-to-back losses, so trying to break that streak. Never played before. First time meeting, so let's see what Arnaldi can bring to the table here and see if this is going to be interesting. But how are we, chat? What's going on? We haven't had much... not much has happened lately. I mean, what's happened so far today? So today, Demonor beat Sonigo. Struff is beating Tsitsipas right now. Musetti got the win. Chapeau won as well. On the women's side, we had Raducanu winning last night. Schneider won 6-love in 45 minutes to Sevastova, who took out Ostapenko. So Schneider got a nice one there. Keys beat Kalinskaya. And also Gauff is playing right now. She's already done a break. And Andreeva won in straight sets. So there you go. That is all that has happened so far. With plenty more to go. Plenty more stuff to go today. Of course, we got Lehechka. Norrie beat Lehechka. Yep. We've got Swiatek coming up against Noskova later. We've got Paul versus Fonseca later as well. Who else is playing? Dimitrov Jarry as well. That could be interesting. Greek Sport Draper tonight. Should be fun. So there's a lot going on. Yeah, we're going to watch Swiatek later. We're going to watch her later. Oh, pardon me. Ugh. All right. Let's see if Arnaldi can put on a good performance. He's beaten some big names before, and he's played well against big names before. I'll tell you who they are in a second. So, in Arnaldi's career, he has played a lot of top 10 guys. In fact, he's 4 wins, 12 losses against top 10 guys. So he's played a lot of top 10, but never played Djokovic, which is a little bit interesting. So he's played, 16 times he's played top 10 guys before today. So it's not like it's his first top 10 guy. He's played Alcaraz, lost at the US Open a couple of years ago in straights. He did push Zverev to 3 sets in Acapulco this year. He also pushed Alcaraz to 3 sets in Indian Wells last year. He's played Medvedev a couple of times on the hard courts. He beat Ruud in Madrid a couple years ago, which was one of the first big wins of his career. He's also beaten Rublev at Roland Garros last year, which was one of the greatest wins he's had in his Grand Slam career. He's also beaten Rublev this year in Indian Wells, so back-to-back wins against Rublev. He also beat Fritz last year in Acapulco. He almost was up 2-0 against Tsitsipas last year at the French. Unfortunately, lost the second set tiebreak and went down, but he had opportunities there. He's played Medvedev 4 times and never beat him, but he's played him 4 times. Him and Rublev have got this back and forth. They've got, I think it's 2-2 in their head-to-head. So him and Rublev have a good rivalry, but yeah, never played Sinner, never played Djokovic. So, or at least never played. I don't think he's played Sinner, unless he played Sinner when Sinner was outside the top 10, maybe. But I don't know. Hasn't played Djokovic though. This is the first time for this matchup. But yeah, so he has got a lot of experience against top 10 guys. Zach.
Did you enjoy Anne's day? Go Pies.
Thank you, Zach, for the donation. Do you think Tsitsipas is going to lose today? No, I think he'll win, but I would have said 3 sets at the start. I think he'll win in 3, but it's not going to be easy. I mean, Struff did make a final here before. It's only 11:30 p.m. my time. It's not 12, not midnight yet. Not yet. Steph probably barely scrapes through in 3. Yeah. And that's not because Steph, is having a bad day. It's because Struff is super dangerous here. He's proven that Steph is, Steph can play on this court. An upset here would really help out with dealing with the Eala loss. Fair enough. All right. Here we go, chat. It's going to be Arnaldi to serve to start off this clash. Dutchy.
Hi, Cam. Thanks for the streams. Let's go, other guy.
No worries. Thank you for the donation. All right. Arnaldi won the toss and elected to serve. So let's see if that decision was wise. I've got Djokovic in straight sets. I reckon Arnaldi might push him in one of the sets, but I think he'll get done. I think Djokovic will win the tiebreak if they get to it, and Djokovic will win the straights. But I think Arnaldi might. I think he might. I don't think he'll be embarrassed today. I think he'll put on a fight, but I don't think he'll beat Djokovic. Zanardi serves first. A fault. Second serve. Oh, pardon me. Second serve. As the return goes back into Arnaldi, back into Djokovic. To the backhand of Arnaldi. As Djokovic backhand again, the backhand of Arnaldi. He's gone backhand to backhand. Now Djokovic goes to forehand of Arnaldi. Again, the backhand of Djokovic is Arnaldi forehand cross. Djokovic gets on the stretch. Arnaldi down the line. As Djokovic backhand on the stretch. Goes long. And it's 15 love. As Arnaldi serves again. Djokovic returned the forward of Arnaldi. Djokovic backhand. Again, the forward of Arnaldi. As Djokovic again with the backhand. Arnaldi gets the free point and all hits it long. 30 love. Arnaldi just taking his time here, which is smart. Serve. Into the backhand. Djokovic returned the backhand of Arnaldi, who hits in the net. Ooh, that would have been possibly a winner. Djokovic wasn't running. 30-15. Oh, man. All right, 30-15. There's a bit of fault from Arnaldi. Second serve. As Djokovic on the stretch, Arnaldi gets it. But then Arnaldi hits a forehand. Why is everything glitching? Hello? Hello? Arnaldi loses the point. 30 all. Arnaldi hits a good serve and he gets a 40-30. Nole loses each time Will predicts him winning in straights. Who's Will? 40-30. There's a return now from Djokovic in the forehand of Arnaldi. Arnaldi puts it away. And it's 1-love. 1-0. I think Gil has gone for Djokovic to win Madrid, but I might be getting his prediction mixed up. He picked him to win Monte Carlo. Okay. Fair enough. I think Djokovic can win Madrid, especially with Alcaraz out. I think Zverev looked pretty good yesterday too, but I think if Djokovic can get through this match, this is probably this looks like the hardest match on paper to in his draw. If he can get through this, he should make it at least to the semis. Or the quarterfinals, maybe even the semis or the final. But this is he's got to break the streak of losing games before he can start off. And Arnaldi is not an easy player to play. All right, 1-0 Arnaldi. To serve. Into the forehand of Arnaldi. Return goes to the backhand of Djokovic. That's a great shot down the line. 15-love. Nole loses each time Cam predicts him winning in straights. Cool. What are you trying to achieve? What are you trying to do? Why are you spamming? He said my message. 15-love. As we return now to the forehand of Djokovic. Forehand now from Arnaldi in the net. 30-love. Coffee, I think Coffee was joking. I think Coffee was just making a joke. As we serve down to see the backhand of Arnaldi. Return goes into the forehand of Djokovic. Arnaldi forehand into the backhand of Djokovic. Again, the forehand of Arnaldi. As Djokovic forehand cross goes long and it's 30-15. All right, 30-15. When did Novak get a beard? I don't know. That's true. I don't know. He's had beards at times, right? As Djokovic serves. And Arnaldi hits out in the return. 40-15. Backs don't completely heal quickly, so I'm surprised Steph's playing. Yeah, true. Steph did have the back problem last week. I forgot about that. I forgot that he pulled out after a couple of games against wasn't Musetti last week? I'm pretty sure it was Musetti, right? No, it wasn't Musetti. It was Feast, right? Nardi hits a great shot, 40-30. Can't remember who did Steph pull out against last week? I forgot. Forgot the... It was Feast, right? Yeah. Yeah, it was 2-0 Feast. So yeah, it is a little bit... I totally forgot that. Also, Runa pulled out yesterday. So that sucks. Nobody can put two tournaments together without getting injured in the clay season. It's kind of brutal. There's a 400 Djokovic down the line. And Arnaldi gets the point because Djokovic hit it long. And we get to deuce. We get to deuce. All right, Djokovic serves. In the backhand of Arnaldi, return the point to Djokovic. There's Arnaldi backhand, again the backhand of Djokovic, who hits in the net. Advantage Arnaldi to get the break to start the match. Advantage Arnaldi. Advantage Arnaldi. Djokovic serves. By the way, Arnaldi's not like a big hitter. He's just very consistent. He's very, very consistent. He doesn't hit the ball flat. But he is a very consistent hitter. Come on, what are you doing? Apparently he broke. What happened? Why have my internet gone to shit? It's only midnight. What the hell is going on? Arnaldi breaks. Arnaldi breaks. I don't know what happened. Shit happened. Arnaldi breaks. Arnaldi breaks. 2-love. That was bad by Djokovic. Djokovic was up, what, 40-15? I think Djokovic was up 40-15 in that game, right? All right, Arnaldi's up 2-love. All right, serve to the forehand of Djokovic, return. Goes long, 15-love. Cam, I watched Prisoners yesterday. Nice movie. Yeah, it's not a nice movie, but yeah, it's a good movie, right? Ah, 15-love. As Arnaldi serves again. Into the backhand of Djokovic. Backhand of Arnaldi. Into the forehand of Djokovic. As Arnaldi again to the forehand of Djokovic, who hits it off the tape. Goes in the forehand of Arnaldi as Djokovic backhand again. The forehand of Arnaldi, who hits a drop shot. Djokovic gets it though with an easy slice backhand drop shot. Arnaldi gets there and hits in the net. Nice from Nole. Good touch. 15-0. Terrible drop shot by Arnaldi, but good touch by Djokovic. 15-0. So yeah, the way to... I mean, if you've never watched Arnaldi before, we've watched him a few times. I'm trying to think of like who he reminds me. He's kind of like... I want to say he's kind of like Demonor. Maybe not as... definitely not as fast, but like the way that he hits the ball, it's not really... I don't know, chat. Give me some names who he reminds you of. He kind of has that like... He's definitely here to rally. He's not here to try and hit winners. He's here to, set up the points, and he's going to be patient with it. There's a bit of backhand down the middle. He's kind of like Djokovic, right? He's not going to try and hit the winner off the second ball if he doesn't have to. He's going to try and set it up. As Djokovic gets to love 15-30. Maybe like David Ferrer. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, a bit of a counter-puncher. Yeah, he's not going to go after the shot unless it's like the perfect shot to attack. But he does kind of... He likes to rally. And he will rally, and he will go for rallies. As he hits an ace on the tee, 30-0. 30 all. Kind of like Casper Ruud. Yeah, maybe like Ruud. Yeah, a little bit. Like he's definitely a clay court guy. Like he's got he's got a clay court as game for sure. As he hits that one wide, Arnaldi, it's 30-40. Djokovic get the break back. Definitely feels like he's got a bit of a clay court as game. You know, happy to rally, but he can rip a ball as well. He can rip it if he needs to, but I'm sure his tactic is going to be more about just playing long rallies, but, you know, doing that against Djokovic is dangerous. Return the back of Arnaldi. 4 now from Djokovic. In the back of Arnaldi. Maybe it's in the net. We're back on serve. 2-1. Djokovic breaks straight back. All right. All right. Yeah, he's patient. I mean, those last couple of points were not, but before that, it was, yeah. He definitely doesn't mind. He's not in any hurry to finish the points. Hey, Tiana, how you doing? 36 months. Thank you for the 36 months. Sorry I didn't be here for a while. That's all right. Life happens. I totally understand. That's totally fine. Welcome back. Yeah, by the way, chat, we have a new rule, an official rule that is, don't complain about what matches we watch because, yelling at clouds. But we also are not going to, from now on, we're not going to take, we're not going to put up with any player or any abuse, verbal abuse in the chat towards players or towards, just like down, just putting people down, putting players down, putting down eras as well, like the whole era. So don't do that. We're not here to say how bad Djokovic is or how bad Arnaldi is or how bad the whole world is. Like, we're not here to do that. So if you're going to do that, keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. All right. Did you see Musetti's vintage outfit? I saw that he was wearing a sleeveless shirt. I don't know if it was vintage. Like, what do you mean vintage? Like Nadal 2005 vintage? Is that vintage? Have I seen the Alcaraz documentary? Yep. Thought it was great. I loved it. All right, Djokovic to serve. Into the backhand of Arnaldi. Arnaldi in the net. 15 love. I don't think he was wearing pirate shorts. I just thought like he was wearing sleeveless. How's my team going? Rune, Alcaraz, Jung, all Alcaraz pulling out and Rune withdrawing midway through the match and Jung losing. Just brutal. My bench is doing great though. Muller, Caboli, Stearns. They're going great. It's the people on the field that are struggling. 30 love. Should have got Zverev. I should have got Zverev. 30 love. I'm going to get Sinner next week anyway, so it doesn't matter. Sinner's coming back next week. Should have got Zverev though. As we return now to the backhand of Djokovic. Backhand up from Arnaldi. 30 love as Djokovic backhand down the line. It's long. 30-15. Emergency peak withdrawal. Yeah. Poprin was my emergency as well, and he's not like Jarry, Stearns, Muller, Caboli doing really well. But then my bench is Eala and Poprin, and they're both out. And then Zhang and Rune lost. I got Swiatek, Andreeva, Djokovic, Sabalenka, and Fonseca. Oh, it was starting really promising, and then it all fell apart. But hey, it's what it is. What it is. For 30-15, as the return goes into the forehand of Djokovic, and he puts it away. 40-15. Surprise, Popper lost. Yeah, me too. he lost to Bublik, which that's pretty surprising on a clay court. Even though Bublik's got a big game for this clay, I still think it's surprising because he seems to have a negative approach to any clay court. So it's a little surprising Popyrin, who likes playing on clay, didn't take it. 40-15. As Djokovic has a fault, second serve. I enjoyed the documentary, Alcaraz documentary. Apparently in America they dubbed it. We had subtitles. No, we had it dubbed as well here in Australia, but I had to turn it off because I can't listen to Alcaraz with an American accent. It just doesn't make sense. 40-15. There's a forehand into the forehand of Djokovic. Great shot down the line from Nole. All right, 2-0. Nole's back, baby. 2-2. 2-2. As we get a serve now from Arnaldi. 2-0. Djokovic got broken straight at the start of the match, and now we're back. As the return goes in by Nole, love 15. Love 15. As Arnaldi serves. Into the forehand of Djokovic. Return the forehand of Arnaldi. It's a lovely drop shot. Ooh, a lovely drop shot.
This is going to be on tennis TV.
Right, 15-0. So silly they did that. Do they think that Americans can't read? No, look, I understand why they did it, but as a tennis, I think tennis fans, it was just a distraction for me. I'm like, I'd rather. I get it because more people can get access to it because some people don't want to read subtitles, right? And if you're not into tennis, you don't want to read the subtitles, right? So I get who it's for, but I couldn't stand it. After 2 minutes, I'm like, I have to read the subtitles. I can't listen to Alcaraz's American accent. This doesn't make sense. It just didn't feel, natural, But I thought the documentary was great. 30-15. Jay.
Come after watching the Alcaraz doc, do you think he will eventually find the proper balance between spending time with family and friends and the rigours of the tennis schedule? Miss the dude.
Thank you for the 2. Look, yeah. 30-all. 30-all. He's 21, right? He's a 21-year-old. So there's obviously different motivations at that age for everybody, right? As that backhand goes long from Arnaldi, it's 30-40. Look, I think a lot of people think that Alcaraz is peaking right now. I think Alcaraz is going to get better at 25. And all those things that in the documentary that they were talking about and how they were, debating over whether or not he should go away and have a holiday before a tournament and blah blah blah. Those things he won't do that at 25. Unless he needs to, unless he feels he needs to, right? But Djokovic could probably be in a similar position. He was probably more of a partier early on, right? As a forehand inside out Bernardi, and we get to do. It's a good shot. I'm not saying Alcaraz is a party boy, but Alcaraz needs that, and he is 21, and at the time of that filming, he would have been 20 and 19, especially the year before, right? So he's still young, so he's still he's been devoting his life to tennis for this for so many years, and going to the Juan Carlos Academy and stuff. So he wants to let loose. He wants to experience that, and also having an older brother who he can experience with, going out clubbing and stuff. Maybe if he was an only child, or if he was the older sibling and had younger brothers, maybe he wouldn't see that. But he's got to see that his brother's doing this stuff, and he's like, I want to go hang out with him and experience that too. You don't want to miss out on that stuff because you can't do that stuff when you're 40, right? When if he's 35 retires, you're not going to go clubbing, right? So it's, but I think like letting Alcaraz do that stuff now and experience that stuff now is probably good for him anyway, because eventually he might get over that, or he might might be like, I'm good with that. I don't need to do that anymore. And then lock in when he's like 25, right? Or lock in when he's 24, 25. Whereas if you stop him from doing that, then he's going to resent the people that stop him. So that could cause problems down the track. And then he's going to, like you said, feel like tennis is an obligation and not fun, So, I think that, they can't just like restrict him and say, well, if you want to be the greatest player of all time, you can't go outside. Because then he's going to want to go outside, right? And he's going to want to do his own thing. Or he's not going to want them to, he can fire them and he doesn't want them around, And you don't want that because I think he's got a good team around him. And he's got, obviously a winning team. All right, forehand rally. As that goes down the line from Arnaldi. Slice from Djokovic goes into the forehand of Arnaldi. As Djokovic forehand on the stretch. Arnaldi backhand is a drop shot. Djokovic gets there with a slice. Arnaldi with a volley. Winner. Advantage Arnaldi. Now, I think, I say this, chat. If Alcaraz had not won a slam to this point, and he was behaving that way, and he was going out and doing all these things, and he hadn't won a slam, or he hadn't won multiple slams, then I think a lot of people would look at that documentary and go, wow, he doesn't seem to be taking this very seriously. He hasn't done it, like he hasn't won anything, and he's not, like, obviously, it seems like he's going out a lot. But because he's won 4 slams at 21, I think he deserves to have that balance. Like, he's like, I think he earned those things, By winning 4 slams, I think he can go, well, I'm not going to waste my talent because I'm proving that I can do things. So, let me let loose a little bit, Let me enjoy it, Arnaldi with the backhand of the forehand of Djokovic. As Arnaldi slice on the stretch. Djokovic with a forehand is a winner. And it's back to deuce. Back to deuce. He's had a Hall of Fame career already. Yeah. And I think the thing with Alcaraz, it's like, if he wants to be the greatest of all time, he's going to have to do something that we don't even know what the limit is yet because Djokovic is still playing, right? The greatest of all time could be, let's say, 105 titles and 25 slams. Like, we don't know what the greatest of all time bar is because Djokovic is still setting it, right? So when they kept saying, like, if you want to be the greatest of all time, blah, 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 it's like, yeah, but we don't know what do you have to do to be there because it's still being reset by Djokovic because he's the greatest, but he hasn't stopped. So there's no, like, this is what the greatest of all time is. It's 24 slams. It's 99 titles. It's a gold medal. It's this, that, and the other. We don't know what it is. It's going to be more than that the more that Djokovic plays. And also comparing him to, like, being the best Spanish player, like being better than Rafa. I mean, that's such a high bar as well. So, and I don't think people should, I don't think he should be, it's either you're that or you're nothing, Because that's not true. That's not fair. To go, it's either you're better than Rafa or you're not, you failed. It's like, that's not true at all. As we return out by Djokovic and Arnaldi holds 3-2. And I think the difference between him and Sinner is Sinner is setting the bar for Italian tennis, right? No one has done what Sinner's done in Italian tennis. But unfortunately, because he's from Spain, Rafa has already done all this stuff. So what he's doing is just retreading Rafa's steps, right? He's not creating Spanish, like he's done some things like, youngest player to do stuff, but every achievement that he achieves, most of them have been done by Rafa already and also just happened, right? Most of this stuff happened a decade or 2 ago, right? So for Alcaraz to he's not going to be able to, he's going to be in the shadow of Rafa for the whole career. But it doesn't mean that his career is not going to be good if he gets 15 slams instead of 20, right? It's not like he's had a bad career at 15 slams. And the scary part is, and they mentioned this in the documentary at some point, I mean, if you push Alcaraz to try and be the greatest and you sacrifice so much, he might walk away because he doesn't love playing anymore. And he's like, I don't like this anymore. And that would be terrible. I mean, so many other players in the history of tennis have walked away from tennis at a young age. So, we can't just assume that Alcaraz is going to want to play till 35, right? Because everyone plays till 35 now, right? He might just get to like if he gets pushed enough to make tennis, his life, he might get to 27 and be like, forget this, I'm good. I've won this many slams, I'm good. I mean, look at Barty, right? She won 3 slams, 3 different surfaces, Australian Open, Wimbledon were the big ones that she wanted to recreate. And then she's like, I'm good. So I don't want him to be pushed that it's like, that Alcaraz, it's either you're better than Rafa or there's no point in playing, because I think he'd choose the latter. It's like, well, if I have to be better than Rafa, that's impossible. So I'd rather just go enjoy my life. Like that, you don't want that to happen, right? And I don't think as fans the bar shouldn't be for Alcaraz or Sinner being a GOAT or being nothing. Because winning like double-digit slams is huge deal. It doesn't happen on the men's side. So like that's why I say we got to celebrate everything they do, because they're never going to be they're probably not going to get to 20 slams each, right? But it doesn't mean that if they don't get to 20, it's not good, right? I love 15. 3-2. Arnaldi leads. Jay.
Looking at Noel's accomplishments is mind-boggling, and what Nadal did on clay was absolutely insane. Mm-hmm. I'm just really starting to appreciate it. Appreciate the streams.
All right. Thank you, Jay, for the 2. All right, Djokovic, 15-all. No player of that age should seriously have a goal of being the GOAT. They should go step by step. Oh, yeah. I mean, how many... I don't remember Nadal, Federer, or Djokovic at 21 years old being told or being referred to, even by like media and stuff, as, oh, well, you're going to be this. Like, it was never a thing for them. It's only a thing now because the world is so fixated in every sport, the greatest of all time in every sport, right? From basketball to golf to football, right? It's like, Messi and Ronaldo and all these superstars that we're seeing, the best to ever do it. And we're just coming off the greatest era of all time, right? With the GOATs, 3 GOATs. And Serena, remember that, on the women's side. It's like, we need, like, it's not, we're not always going to reset the bar every, like, it's not going to happen again and again and again. We're not going to continue to break that record. I mean, Margaret Court's record still holds up, and that's after like 60 years. It still hasn't been broken, 24 slams, right? As a return goes wide by Arnaldi. So I don't know why why the expectation for the next generation is, well, you've got to do better than Djokovic now. It's like, well, shit. Djokovic's record could stay for 60 years. And by the time the next person comes along to try and do it and have an opportunity to get to 25 or 26 or whatever the number is at that point, it might be 50 years from now before someone gets that chance. As Djokovic holds 3-0, so I don't think it's fair to like say that it's Sinner and Alcaraz are going to do it. Because it's a number that on the women's side is still holding up. Through Steffi, it's held up through Monica Seles, through Navratilova and Chris Evert. It's held up through Serena. Like, we've had some of the greatest players of our sport still can't beat Margaret Court's record. I know Margaret Court, okay, she played the Australian Open when no one played, and her number is, exaggerated, whatever. But she still has 24, and that is the benchmark, right? So yeah, 3-0. But yeah, Djokovic and Nadal, Federer at 21. Like, I think maybe when Nadal was 21, people were saying that Federer could be better than Sampras. But no, I don't think anyone was saying, oh yeah, Rafa's going to be the GOAT at 21 years old, because Federer was ahead of him. And it wasn't until maybe Federer beat Sampras's record Because, and again, maybe it's like an American pride thing where it's like, holding on to Sampras as the greatest until they have to say Federer. Because I remember like when Federer was on maybe 12, Sampras was still 14, and Sampras was still the greatest though. Federer hasn't got more than 14, so Sampras, so maybe it was like a bit, and I'm talking about like, not talking about you guys in the chat, I'm talking about just like a general like on television kind of thing. Maybe it was like, oh, well, now Pete's still the best because he's got 14. Roger, you got to get 15 to be, we'll talk about that when you get 15, all right? Whereas nowadays it's like, well, you have to get to 25 now because that's the only way. Whereas I think maybe they were like maybe the Pete being the greatest and having that pride in like, yeah, America has the best tennis player of all time. Until Federer overtook it, it was like, all right, now Roger's the best. All right, we'll give it to him now. But Rafa was never in that conversation until Rafa overtook Roger. And that was in 2022, right? It took decades for him to finally get GOAT status. And then he held it for like a year, and then Djokovic took it, right? So again, I don't think, I think it's just so unfair to have to compare them. It's like, we should just enjoy it. If Sinner and Alcaraz both get double-digit slams in their era, that would be amazing. Backhand down the line of the forehand of Djokovic goes into the backhand of Arnaldi. Djokovic backhand is a slice drop shot. Has a bit of slice from Arnaldi's a drop shot winner. All right, 40-15. 3 GOATs, haha. Yeah, so when I say the 3 GOATs, I'm not saying that there are 3 GOATs. I'm saying that there have like the 3 GOATs. Like Federer was considered the GOAT for a while. Nadal had his turn of being the GOAT, and Djokovic is the GOAT, right? So when I say the word, the 3 GOATs or the GOAT era, it's because 3 different guys held that invisible trophy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they're all the same and they're all like equal, and I'm saying that Djokovic is by far the greatest of all time. But when I refer to the 3 GOATs, or anyone in the chat says 3 GOATs, they're not saying like in 2025, April 2025, there are 3 equal GOATs. No, they're saying that they're referring to probably that there have been 3 GOATs in the last 10 years. Because Federer was GOAT, then Nadal took it, and then Djokovic took it, right? It's the GOAT era. Yeah. I don't think anyone is saying that there's 3 GOATs all equal at the top now. 40-30. Hey, thank you for the 31 months. Edward really hurt American tennis when Roger hit 15. Yeah. Well, look, he was going to get there eventually, even if Roddick had beaten him that day. All right, 40-30. Sort of serve now the backhand of Djokovic. Return goes into the forehand of Arnaldi. Djokovic forehand down the line. As Arnaldi hits a backhand in the net, we get the deuce. Nothing wrong with 3 GOATs. All of 3 are GOATs in their own way. Well, yeah. I refer to 3 GOATs as like there have been 3 players that have been called the GOAT at different times. They're not all equal now, but over the last 5-10 years, they've all had a chance of being the greatest. They've all had their time as being called the GOAT, But ultimately, there's only one, right? As with a forehand out from Djokovic, cross court, the forehand of Arnaldi. Into the forehand of Djokovic. Arnaldi with a lob. And we get a smash from Djokovic on the baseline, but it's in the net. Oof, it's a worst shot. It's his worst shot. We know it's his worst shot. Djokovic with a bounce smash halfway up the net. And it's advantage Arnaldi. All right, 35 minutes played. Yeah, he might be the greatest of all time, but he does have his weaknesses. And that bounce smash, or the smash in general, is definitely a weakness. Not many weaknesses, but that's definitely one of his, one of them. Advantage Arnaldi, second serve. Serving to the backhand of Djokovic. Return goes backhand of Arnaldi. Djokovic backhand to the forehand of Arnaldi. Into the forehand of Djokovic, who hits it down the line to the slice of Arnaldi. Djokovic runs around, hits a forehand inside out to the backhand of Arnaldi. Djokovic backhand into the Arnaldi forehand as Djokovic with the forehand down the line in the net. And Arnaldi holds. 4-3, he leads. Azar.
I'm just happy that I lived through the greatest generation of tennis up to this point.
Yeah, we're pretty lucky. I can't see Andy in the coach's box. Andy Murray's there. He's definitely there. I wonder if there was if people had a GOAT debate between Emerson and Laver. Well, see, I've said this heaps before, right? A lot of times before. The word or the I guess the invisible trophy that is the GOAT, to me, felt like it came out of the 90s, right? It came out of Michael Jordan, right? Michael Jordan, basketball. That's when I know, like, you know, I am the greatest is the quote of Ali, right? But the word GOAT and the is it the acronym GOAT, the abbreviation, whatever you want to call it, that word referring to greatest of all time feels like it was spawned out of the 90s because of Jordan, you know, and the Bulls, right? The greatest team of all time, the greatest player of all time, you know, all that. And then obviously going to the 2000s and maybe late 90s, it got adopted by tennis with Pete Sampras, but he wasn't ever called GOAT. I don't remember Sampras being referred to as GOAT. It was more popularized in the 2010s when we had LeBron and we have, you know, Messi and Ronaldo and we have Djokovic and Federer, right? And that's like, but it feels like it came out of like 90s Chicago Bulls basketball. And then, you know, Kobe was trying to become the greatest basketball player of all time. And then it got shortened to GOAT. And then the word GOAT just got thrown around to every single sport. And it's the GOAT of every sport. Who's the GOAT of it? You know, trying to find the GOAT of every sport. And we've been very lucky as a sporting community. If you look back at it seems like every sport, the greatest player of every sport, every major sport has played in the last decade, which is kind of wild, right? All right, 4-3 Arnaldi. Like you go, Tom Brady for NFL, right? You had the Messi-Ronaldo debate for a while, right? In football. You know, then in golf, I mean, Woods was around, you know, and he was probably, you know, he was a part of that conversation, right? You have LeBron after Kobe Kobe was trying to get there, LeBron and Jordan, obviously. In tennis, we know we've got Serena and we got Djokovic and now Federer, right? Again, all in the last decade. Or at least last 2 decades. 15 love. As Djokovic tries to level. So we've been kind of spoiled in a sporting sense. I mean, then you can go to the Olympics, right? Usain Bolt, Michael Phelps, right? We can talk about goatness with those sports and those people, you know, those athletes. 15 love is with a forehand from Djokovic into the forehand of Arnaldi. Djokovic forehand down the line as Arnaldi back on the stretch. Into the forehand of Djokovic. Arnaldi forehand on the stretch with a lob. Djokovic comes in, hits a drop shot. And then Arnaldi comes in and puts away the easy forehand winner. 15-all. 15-all. As we to serve again. $15-all. As Djokovic serves again. As the return goes wide by Arnaldi, 30-15. $30-15. As we return for Arnaldi, goes the backhand of Djokovic. Arnaldi backhand to the backhand of Djokovic. Again, the backhand of Arnaldi. Djokovic forehand into the forehand of Arnaldi. Into the forehand of Djokovic. As Arnaldi goes down the line. Djokovic there with the backhand, but it's wide. Arnaldi 30-all. Arnaldi did have a chance to break, or he had the break to start this match. 30-all. Serve again. Djokovic serves. Into the backhand of Arnaldi. Return goes in to the forehand of Djokovic. Arnaldi gets it right with the forehand on the line. Djokovic backhand cross. Arnaldi's got it. And Djokovic is a drop shot. But Arnaldi can't get it. 40-30. As we just serve again from Djokovic. Here's a fault, second serve. Second serve. As the backhand goes in, the backhand of Djokovic down the line is long, and we get the deuce. When is Sinner back? Next week. Or not next week, the week after next. In like 10 days. 10 days. By the way, what's Tsitsipas doing? Is he serving for the second set? There you go. And Benches is down a break in the third. Gauff, by the way, is winning. She's upset in a break. And Djokovic serves a fault, second serve. Second serve. As Djokovic serves a double fault. All right, advantage Arnaldi to get the break and serve for the set. Sloppy serves by Norway. All right, advantage Arnaldi. Djokovic serves a fault. Oh, it's a double fault. Back-to-back double faults. And Arnaldi breaks. He's going to serve for the set. Wow. That's not pretty. All right. Djokovic is in trouble. 5-3 and Arnaldi serving for the set. As we look back in, Djokovic down the line goes wide. Love 15. Love 15. So we're serving to the forehand of Djokovic. Good return, and Arnaldi gets over the slice. Djokovic forehand to the forehand of Arnaldi. Djokovic comes in, but lets it ball go wide. And it's 15-all. And Arnaldi serves again. A fault. Second serve. As the return goes in the backhand of Arnaldi, backhand of Djokovic is long, and it's 30-15. 30-15. As Djokovic returns the backhand of Arnaldi. Into the backhand of Djokovic, down the line, goes wide. 40-15, Arnaldi to take the first set. 40-15. Serving to the backhand of Djokovic. Return goes in the forehand of Arnaldi. Djokovic forehand on the stretch. Arnaldi goes down the line, but Djokovic is there with the backhand. Arnaldi slice forehand. As Djokovic backhand down the line again is in.
This is going to be on tennis TV, bro.
It hit the line. I don't know if Djokovic was trying to hit it that close to the line. It looked like a frustrated backhand. I don't know if he was meaning to do that. He just kind of slapped it and it went in. Still break point though. 30-40 or 40-30. Sorry, set point. 30-40, whatever. 40-30. Set point number 2. Arnaldi serves. Into the forehand of Djokovic. Return goes forehand of Arnaldi. Djokovic backhand. Into the forehand of Arnaldi. Again, Djokovic backhand. Is wide. Djokovic, I don't think he wanted to come back in that set. He just went, you know what? I'm just going to hit the backhand as hard as I can. If it goes in, it goes in. If it goes out, it goes out. All right. First set goes to Arnaldi. Cam said Djokovic wins in 3 straights, which means Arnaldi will win in 3. Okay, you guys need new jokes. You're very boring. Like you just have you got no new material. 8 winners by Djokovic, by the way. 20 errors by Norway. 20 errors. Arnaldi, 10 winners, 11 errors. 8 backhand errors, so his backhand's a little shaky. But Djokovic, 20 errors. And back-to-back double faults to get broken. So, yuck. Not a good set. Not a good set. Does Nole look disinterested again? Well, at the end of that set he did. Like in the last game there, he just like smacking the ball as hard as possible. Can't predict Eala to win and Iga won, so fresh in my mind. Again, you guys just got... Can you get like new material? You said this and this other thing happened. Nobody cares. Chat, you're better than that. You got boring jokes. Be funnier. The Cam curse is so 2023. Come on now. What's up with Djokovic? Just tuned in. It was 3-all. Well, we know why he lost then. Djokovic winning in practice, losing in matches. Okay, were you there? Were you at the practice? Or what happened? Who did he lose to? Who did he beat in practice? What are my Champion League predictions? Arsenal. Nole, WTF is going on with you? I'm not Nole. He can't hear you. But yeah. All right. Djokovic serving first in the second. Djokovic serves. And the forehand of Arnaldi in the net. And it's 15 love. 15 love. Is it a fault from Djokovic? Second serve. As backhand Djokovic goes down the line to the forehand of Arnaldi. Into the forehand of Djokovic. Arnaldi forehand to the backhand of Djokovic. Again, the backhand of Arnaldi. Djokovic back into the backhand of Arnaldi. Into the forehand of Djokovic. As Arnaldi gets another free point, Djokovic hits it wide. 15-all. $15-all. To serve for Nole. Is an ace. 30-15. $30-15. Djokovic serves again. Another ace. All right. That's better serving. 40-15. $40-15. So in the back end of Rinaldi. Return goes forehand to Djokovic. Rinaldi forehand into the forehand of Djokovic. Hits the down line for a winner. And it's 1-love Djokovic in the second. All right. All right. 1-0 Djokovic. As Arnaldi serves. Arnaldi with a serve. As he serves again. And he does so. Good. 15-love. Linda.
Hi Cam, Argentine Rafael Nadal may play no in tours.
Maybe. That's interesting. Thank you for the donation. Djokovic misses that one too. 30-love. By the way, City passes go to a third. He's 1-set-all against Struff. That's a fault by Djokovic. Second serve. Second serve. There's a bit of forehand now from Arnaldi. That's a good shot. Djokovic slices it back though. Arnaldi forehand again to the backhand of Djokovic. As Arnaldi goes down the line with the forehand, Djokovic slice. Arnaldi comes in with a volley and puts it away. 40-love. Smart play. 40-love. Cam, do you think Noskova can upset Iga? I'm not answering. Last time you get a prediction out of me. 40-love. I refuse to choose. 40-love. And as we just serve out wide, a fault, second serve. Figure it out yourself. Make up your own mind. Backhand goes in to the forehand of Djokovic. Djokovic hits a winner, 40-15. I'm sick of people asking for my predictions, and then after I give them, they shit on them. So I'm not going to give them to you anymore. You can get stuffed. 40-15. 40-15. As Arnaldi serves. As with a forehand from Arnaldi, the forehand to Djokovic. Arnaldi forehand to the backhand of Djokovic. Djokovic hits it out, 1-1. Coco wins, nice. One all, Arnaldi holds. One. Came after Madrid. Is it Rome? Yes. Rome is straight after. There's a default by Djokovic. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Arnaldi. Backhand now goes into the forehand of Djokovic. Djokovic is the winner. 15-love. 15-love. As we return now, lob by Arnaldi, and it goes out. 30-love. 30-love. As Djokovic serves again. What's Djokovic's body language like? Looking uninterested. I mean, he did look uninterested at the end of the first set, but at the moment he looks engaged. He looks locked in. He was just playing really poor at the end of the first set, and I think he just kind of just didn't really care about coming back in the first set, but he looks locked in here for now. 30-15. Djokovic overhits that one. What was my prediction for this match? I don't remember. I don't think I made one. Pretty sure I didn't make one. Is that Eva Longoria? All right, 30-15. As Djokovic serves. Into the backhand of Arnaldi. Arnaldi hits it wide. 40-15. 40-15. As we get a serve again from Nole. And then Djokovic with a big serve. Gets the lead again. 2-1. 2-1. Does anyone have any questions about anything? Besides predictions for matches, can anyone got any questions? That we can talk about anything? How's life? Life's great. I reckon the only way US player can make a deep run in the French Open if they get a popular NFL team in Paris and get all the fans to cheer. Interesting. How's Novak look? Not good. He looks better in the second set here, but he definitely doesn't look good. Didn't look good in the first set. How's my coffee? I don't have coffee. Why is the sky blue? What other color would it be? Is your dog back? Yeah, she's there. She's just sleeping. She's passed out. Have I watched the NFL draft? No, I don't really care about the NFL draft. Hey, greetings from Japan. What's up? I went to Japan in December. It was lovely. Japan is great. I want to go back. But I'm hearing that like now, because it's so popular to go to Japan, they're making it really expensive for tourists. So maybe I won't go back to Japan just yet. Because it's overpopulated with tourism. So they're making it more expensive for people that are going to travel. So maybe I'll wait until I go back. 15 love. But Japan's awesome. All right, first there's a fault by Arnaldi. Second serve. Second serve. Arnaldi. Into the forehand of Djokovic. Back into Arnaldi. Into the forehand of Djokovic. As Arnaldi again to the forehand of Djokovic. To the backhand of Arnaldi. Djokovic forehand on the stretch. As Arnaldi backhand cross off the tape. Djokovic pass. Arnaldi volleys. Djokovic forehand is a lob. Arnaldi with a lovely leaping backhand, but then Djokovic puts it away in the open court. And Arnaldi went the wrong way. 15-0. And Djokovic with a smile on his face. The crowd loved that rally. 15-0. 15-0. Lived in Japan for 3 years. It was awesome. Oh, that's cool. That is cool. Content creators ruined it? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. It is a lovely place, though. I understand why people want to go there and do stuff. As a backhand return goes to forehand of Arnaldi. Forehand from Djokovic sliced. Arnaldi backhand drop shot. Djokovic gets there and flicks a passing shot winner.
This is going to be on tennis.
And now he's jumping around Djokovic. He looks like he wants to play now. 15-30. The crowd love it, and he's like, "Oh, you want me to do that to you? All right, okay, I'll do that. I'll hit some trick shots. All right, I'll show off a little bit. That's fine." He might have a reason to play now, Nole. Kemi, you looking forward to another Grand Slam, or do you prefer streaming 1000s? I mean, look, it varies. It's kind of crazy the French Open's already, like, here. Like, the French Open's, like, what, 4 weeks away? It's kind of wild. Anyways, nice serving from Arnaldi, 30-all. 30-all. Arnaldi serves again. There's an ace down the tee. 40-30. As Arnaldi tries to level. Serve is a fault from Arnaldi. Second serve. Seven to the forehand of Djokovic. Forehand from Arnaldi goes wide, and we get the deuce. Can Sinner train with active players? Yeah, he can now. He can now. He is allowed to do that now. Now that his, I think it was like the first 2 months he wasn't allowed to do it, but he's allowed to train now with anybody. Which he was training with Draper for a couple of weeks. last few weeks or last week. As a back end to the forehand of Arnaldi. Drop shot's good. Djokovic gets it though. Arnaldi with a pass. Djokovic volley in the net. Advantage Arnaldi. Advantage Arnaldi. Advantage Arnaldi to get level. Default from Arnaldi, second serve. Second serve. As the backhand return goes in the forehand of Arnaldi, as we get a backhand for Djokovic to the forehand of Arnaldi. Djokovic backhand cross, Arnaldi gets on the stretch. Djokovic slice into the forehand of Arnaldi as, Nole slipped. And Arnaldi levels 2-0. 2-2 in the third. All right. Sorry, 2-0 in the second. I'm looking at the wrong score. 2-0 in the second. Proud of Draper for standing up for his friend too. Yeah. Look, you got to hand it to everybody in the tennis community for the most part, for like with players. Most people in the tennis world, or at least his competitors, most of them have come out and said, yeah, this shouldn't have happened. He shouldn't have been banned, or, or he's innocent, right? I mean, not many people have come out and said, yeah, that's weird that he's not banned longer. It seems like a lot of people, most people, have come out in support of Sinner, which is great. Rafa was like, he's innocent, it's done. We can move on. I think he said it. Did he use the word innocent? I don't know. Or he's innocent of not cheating. Like, he's not a cheater. Like, a lot of people have come out and said, he wasn't cheating. This was an accident. And he's gonna come back, we're gonna move on. So it's nice that most since the ban, after the first week of the ban, I think a lot of people were sort of scratching their head about the length of the ban. But since then, it seems like everyone's most of the players have accepted that he got banned, but also come out and said it's unfortunate for him, and it's not, he not that he should be banned for a lot. No, Serena didn't say that Sinner should be banned more. She was. This is what always gets confused. Some of you just read headlines and you just get confused. We already went through this about Serena. Serena didn't say Sinner should be banned longer. She said if she got that punishment, she would have been banned longer. She was talking about herself in reference to the Sinner situation. She wasn't saying that, well, I would have got 20 years, so he should have got 20 years. She wasn't saying that. She was saying that if it was her, it would be more punishment. Now, if that's true or not, we don't know, right? But she also said that tennis needs Sinner. Tennis needs him. So read the whole article before you read the headline. Yeah, okay, the headlines are supposed to sound bad. But read the whole thing and you actually get it, There's only a few people that have come out and said things that, about Sinner. But most people have actually come out in support of Sinner, which is nice. And when he comes back next week, yeah, people are going to say stuff. But it'll be good that it's all done. Because this, I tell you, chat, the whole situation it's not been good for the tennis community. It's not been good for the tennis community. And they dragged on for 6 months. That was not good because everything that Sinner won wasn't celebrated because there was a dark cloud of whether it's going to get banned. So now we can watch Sinner and watch tennis without having to be like, but what happens if this happens? Everything's going to be fine now. We can actually celebrate things. As that goes out by Arnaldi, and it's 3-2 Djokovic in the second. All right. I like Sinner, but that was kind of shady. Well, see, the thing is, WADA might have thought, because everyone's thinking it from Sinner's point of view, like, oh, Sinner got a deal. Sinner was lucky. Sinner was blah, blah, blah. One thing, yeah, Sinner had the best lawyers because he can afford that, right? And that's just a luxury that he's gained because of his great tennis play. He wouldn't have been able to afford those people if he wasn't a very, very good tennis player that was winning big tournaments, right? Remember, he wouldn't have the money to afford to get the lawyers to help him in this situation, right? And that sucks for the people that are not as good at, not getting that, but don't have that money that could do it, that need that same lawyer. But sometimes that's just how it is. But also, you got to think that maybe WADA thought, if we go to trial, Sinner might not get any months, and then that looks better on us. So WADA coming with a deal, they wanted Sinner to get banned. Because then that way, test positive, get banned, right? That stays true. It stayed true for Swiatek, it stayed true for Halep, for the high-profile cases, right? You get positive, you test positive, you get banned. Why? That's what WADA wanted. They didn't care if he was banned for years. They wanted 2 years, right? But I think a ban is a ban for them, right? It just keeps it consistent with, if you test positive, you will get banned, right? And it'll depend on the severity of the case and blah blah blah. So when you say deal is it looks shady, the deal would have come from WADA as well. Like it wasn't just like Sinner going, please give me a deal. Oh, can you help me? No, WADA were the ones that were probably wanting the deal more, because it means more if he gets away with banned substance, no months banned. Other people might be able to get away with stuff in the future that are actually trying to be dodgy. So again, you got to think of it from that side. Oh, I know, Chad. I know. Love 15. I know. We haven't talked about it for months. I know. All right, love 15. Somebody asked in the chat. That's why we're speaking about it. I didn't speak about this on my own volition. Somebody in the chat asked when Sinner coming back, and then somebody else asked a question. Or somebody made a statement. I just wanted to clarify for them what the situation is, because some people might not have been here for it. Love 15. Backing at Djokovic into the volley of Arnaldi, and Arnaldi hits it wide. Love 30. Love 30. Join the chat and Cam's talking about WADA. Well, you should have been here from the start. That's your fault for being an hour and a half late. Love 30. Love 30. Exactly, Joanne. Exactly. All right, love 30. As the return goes in there from Djokovic, 15-30. By the way, Andy Murray is in the house. He's literally sitting in front of the camera. 15-30. As Djokovic looks to break. And nobody serves. Fault, second serve. Second serve. As the return goes out by Djokovic. And it's 30-all. And Arnaldi trying to level this second set. First serve is let. Nothing against Sinner, but punishment was say too soft. Shame on ATP for picking favourites. ATP didn't decide the punishment. 30-all. ATP did not make the decision. ATP had nothing to do with it. Otherwise, that would be very strange if they had something to do with it. Lob goes up, and then a bounce smash from Arnaldi is a winner, 40-30. If the ATP decided who got bans for what amount of time, that would be crazy. But they don't, thankfully, because otherwise that would be, that would be insane if the ATP decided on who got banned for what. Like they can obviously ban people for, bad conduct or bad behavior and stuff, but for doping, like for banned substances and all that stuff, that would be insane. If the ATP had something to do about it, that would be crazy. Anyway, it's 40-30. Yep. We're going to move on now. No more talking about Sinner. No more talking about WADA. No more talking about bans. All right, 40-30. It would be shocking if Djokovic doesn't make the second week of French Open and Wimbledon. I agree. It would be a shock for sure. Backhand goes down the middle. It's the forehand of Djokovic. Forehand from Arnaldi on the stretch. Djokovic forehand. Again, the forehand of Arnaldi. To the backhand of Djokovic. Arnaldi there with the slice. Djokovic forehand cross. Arnaldi gets on the stretch with the forehand to the backhand of Djokovic. Into the backhand of Arnaldi. Djokovic backhand down the middle. Arnaldi forehand again to the backhand of Djokovic with a drop shot. Arnaldi's going to get it. Oh, he gets it. Djokovic gets it back though. And then Arnaldi backhand goes wide.
It's out! It's out!
What a rally as Djokovic points to his ear. I'll tell you this, chat. It's a very strange match if you're just watching Novak because he is, like, most of the time he seems kind of like unbothered by what's going on. But then he'll play a really good point and he'll look like happy about it. He'll be like, yeah, look, I can do stuff. But he doesn't look like fired up. It's more just like, hey, that was pretty good, right? And everyone's like, yeah, you're really good. And he's like, I know, I'm great. But it's not like, he doesn't look angry. Or he doesn't look like, there's no fire. It just looks like he's just like, yeah, what a great rally. He looks happy to be there. But he's not playing with much like conviction. And then Arnaldi shakes his fist, but he looks intense. He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm going to beat this guy. Well, Djokovic is just kind of like, hey, did you like that shot? Yeah, I'm pretty quick. It's really weird because usually Djokovic is a lot more intense. He just seems kind of like happy to like entertain the crowd and not really bothered by what's going on the scoreboard. Like he doesn't look angry, which he's losing. He should be. He's lost 2 matches in a row. He's trying to win. He's trying not to make it 3. As Djokovic hits a forehand, Arnaldi hits a forehand wide, and we get back to deuce. We get to deuce. It's strange because Djokovic usually doesn't. He usually looks a little bit more upset when things aren't going his way, and he's not playing well today, and he doesn't seem bothered by that, and that's bothering me. That he seems too happy about the way this match is going, and he's not playing great. And he doesn't seem bothered by that, chat. I'm bothered by it. As we serve now the forehand of Djokovic, return goes to forehand of Arnaldi. Djokovic with the slice on the stretch, Arnaldi with the backhand pass. That's too good. That was too good by Arnaldi. Great backhand. Advantage Arnaldi to level this second set. Advantage Arnaldi. As Arnaldi serves. As he serves a fault second serve. Serve in the backhand Djokovic. Return goes long. And it's 3-all. 3-3. You know what Djokovic is reminding me of? He's reminding me of a player who has lost his ranking, which he hasn't, and he's just going out there and he's just like, I like playing this sport. I'm so grateful that I'm still here able to play. But that's what's usually what players that are like 50 in the world who used to be. I'm talking to like someone like a Gael Monfils, right? Or maybe like a Wawrinka. Even though Wawrinka's always intense, But like he just has that look of like a guy who's like an old veteran, an old veteran tennis player who's like dropped in the rankings, and he's just like, I'm just happy I can still compete. And it's like, bro, you're 5 in the world. You're a French Open favorite. Like, you are still in the mix. But he looks like he's just taking it way too easy. Like, this is way too casual for somebody who's like a contender. Like, we accept it by like Monfils, right? Because we're like, Lamont, it's great to have him, and he's, great to see his athleticism and stuff. But Nole's like up the top. Like, he is in the mix, and he just doesn't give that vibe of someone who looks like he can win these tournaments. He does like that he wants to win. It doesn't look like he wants to win these tournaments. He's like, I'm just happy to be here. I'm just grateful. You're like, yeah, but also like, but this is like, if you were 50 in the world, this might not be an upset. Like if Monfils lost to Arnaldi, you'd be like, maybe 50-50. This is Djokovic. Like, what are we doing? He hits a forehand. Like Nole's just all over the place. Love 30. I mean, what? And he's kind of like, whoa, God, that wasn't a good shot. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. But it's not the first time we've had this conversation, chat. He said 30 unforced errors. And he's not injured or anything. And Arnaldi's not making him hit errors. I love 30. He's going to serve again. Into the backhand of Arnaldi. Djokovic forehand to the backhand of Arnaldi. As Djokovic to the forehand again to the forehand of Arnaldi. And Arnaldi hits it long, and it's 15-30. 15-30. $15.30. That's a serve again from Djokovic. There's a fault, second serve. 15-30, second serve. As the backhand return goes in the forehand of Djokovic. Forehand now from Arnaldi to the forehand of Djokovic. There's Arnaldi backhand. Into the forehand of Djokovic. Again, the forehand of Arnaldi, who hits it in the net. It's 30-all. This match is over yet, so let's not... we're not going to count Djokovic out yet because the match is still going, but... I don't know. By the way, somebody said he's using this as practice. But losing... like... He lost first round Monte Carlo. He's losing this. You think the losing first matches of clay court events to players you shouldn't lose to is good practice? Like, why would he be? Why bother? Just go to the French Open without any matches. Like, it's better than 3 losses in a row. Like, it's not very fun. Like, practice what? If he was injured, it'd be a totally different story. I'd be like, yeah, he's just out here just to try and get some matches because he's hurt. He's not hurt. He's totally fine. At least I can tell. As he hits a forehand into the forehand of Arnaldi, lob goes up. Bounce smash from Djokovic. Arnaldi gets with another lob. And Djokovic forehand again to the forehand of Arnaldi. It's slice into the forehand of Djokovic. Arnaldi backhand with the stretch. Djokovic volleys in the net. 30-40. Arnaldi to get the break. Advantage, 30-40 Arnaldi to get the break. As Djokovic serves. Djokovic to the serve. Just waiting, Djokovic, waiting for his time. Djokovic serves. Got a time violation, Nole. All right. And he serves out wide. Arnaldi gets it back. Djokovic forehand. Arnaldi with a pass. Djokovic volley. Arnaldi's going to get there, but he hits it straight to Djokovic's volley. Arnaldi puts up a lob. Djokovic forehand, but Arnaldi puts it away. And Arnaldi raises his hands and he's like, see, I'm pretty quick. I'm pretty quick as well. All right. Arnaldi wants it more. 4-3. 4-3 to Arnaldi. He's up a set and a break. I don't know what's going on, chat. Like, I don't understand Djokovic's, motivations. I get it. Like, I only want to win slams. Okay. Then why not just be like Serena and just don't play anything else? Like, just play the slams. Because you would, if you're going to say because he needs his ranking points, playing and losing doesn't make any sense because you don't get any ranking points for that. So, like, coming here and trying to be number 4 in the world so he can avoid Sinner and Alcaraz till the semis, totally understand that. But that's not going to happen at this rate. It's not going to happen. He's not going to be number 4 if he keeps losing because he needs points and you don't get points for losing. So, I don't know what's going on. It's just so weird. It's so weird It's so weird to see this. Especially because, like, for the most part of Djokovic's career, right? He has been chasing he's been chasing Federer and then chasing Rafa. And we've seen him just, like, chase, hungry, intense, angry, But then to see this, it's so weird because it's like, it's so different to the guy that we have seen for the last 20 years. Like, this guy is not the same guy. It's weird. It's like, maybe it's because he is the GOAT and he's like, oh, I'm content. But it's just so weird. Because now he's just giving out free wins to everybody. Like, he's just giving everyone he's just letting everybody win now. You go, like, why? Like, what does he do? Like, why is he giving everyone their best win ever? Like, he's letting everybody get, like, he's letting all these guys get a win over Djokovic, the greatest of all time. And it's like, what? Great shot from Nole down the line, though.
This is going to be on
It's not over yet, though. I don't understand also. Yeah, it's just... And then he hits another winner and he's like, yeah, that's a good shot, right? And everyone's like, yeah, that was a great shot. And he's like, yeah, I can hit great backhand winners. Like, it just doesn't have that, like... He's not even, like, fired up about it. He's just like, yeah, backhand. So weird. Like, the reactions are so weird. You're jealous of the GOAT? All right, buddy. Love 15. All right, buddy. Yeah. That's it. I'm jealous from that. That's funny. Anyways, Djokovic is the winner.
This is going to be on tennis.
Love 30. All right, here we go. Maybe now it's comeback starts now. Maybe he just waiting for this moment. And he's like, now I'm going to do an all-time comeback. Maybe we're just waiting. Love 30. Love 30. As Arnaldi serves. Into the forehand of Djokovic. Arnaldi backhand. Open court. Djokovic puts up a lob. Arnaldi with a smash. Djokovic gets it with another lob. Goes in. And Arnaldi with a smash from the baseline. It's not very good. Djokovic gets it back. Then Arnaldi goes to the backhand of Djokovic. Into the backhand of Arnaldi, who hits it in the net. All right, love 40. And Djokovic is starting to wave his hands around. Okay, maybe he's like, I'm ready to play now. All right, I've given you your chance. I just wanted to create an all-time comeback. That's what he was doing. He had us fooled all along, chat. He got me. He fooled me. Love 40. He was just waiting. He was just like, you know what? I'm just going to let you get ahead, and then I'm gonna come back and win now, if you don't mind. Love 40. Arnaldi serves. Djokovic returns the backhand into the forehand of Arnaldi. Djokovic gets it on the stretch, but it goes long. 15-40. I got. Yeah, exactly. He fooled us all. He was just He was just kidding. He was just trolling. All right, 15-40. As Arnaldi serves. Into the forehand of Djokovic. Return goes back into Arnaldi, who hits a drop shot, but Nole's there. And Arnaldi with a forehand winner down the line, though. Good reactions, 30-40. Arnaldi. No, it was a nice forehand by Djokovic, but Arnaldi guessed right. All right, 30-40. Still break point for Djokovic to get back on serve. Arnaldi serves. A fault. Second serve. Second serve, the backhand of Djokovic, backhand of Arnaldi. Into the backhand of Djokovic. Arnaldi backhand again to the backhand of Djokovic. Into the backhand of Arnaldi to the forehand of Djokovic, who hits it long, and we get the deuce. We get to deuce. And Arnaldi serves again. Arnaldi serves. An ace down the tee. All right, advantage Arnaldi to keep that break. Advantage Arnaldi. Now, chat, even though we're probably all sounding alarm bells with Djokovic and, you know, wondering why and wondering what's next and blah, blah. If what he says is true, that he's only truly motivated by slams, if he's like this at a Grand Slam, that's when we should be worried. You know, that's when we should be actually worried. This is not great, right? It's not a great look. You know, it's not great that Djokovic is going to lose 3 matches in a row for the second time this year, which he hadn't done for like 15 years, right? He hadn't lost 3 matches in a row for over a decade, I'm pretty sure. Maybe. And now he's done it twice. And Miami was the only difference. Before Miami, 3 losses in a row. After Miami, 3 losses in a row, right? So, that's not great. That doesn't happen to Novak Djokovic. He doesn't lose consecutive matches over and over. That doesn't happen. But if it happens at Roland Garros, and he looks like this at Roland Garros in the second round, that's the problem. That's when you got to think, oh no. Because he said it himself. He hasn't lied. He said, I only care about Davis Cup, representing Serbia, and the Grand Slams. Madrid is neither of those things. So, why would it matter if he wins this? It shouldn't matter. It matters to us fans, right? Because we want to see him win and we want to see him do well and we want to watch him win 100 and blah, blah, blah. But for him, he said it himself. You know, this tournament, these tournaments he doesn't need these tournaments. He's not worried about these tournaments. But I don't know if you can go into losing tournaments like this and then going to play the French Open and changing your level like that. If anyone's going to do it, it's him, right? But like going to the French Open with, I mean, he's got to play Rome, but potentially 4 consecutive losses would be crazy. And then go win the French? How? Like, how's that going to happen? If anyone's going to do it, though. But also, how? Is he going to be able to flick the switch when he needs to play a slam? You know, is he going to just go from, like, casual Nole, doing a world tour of clay, and then going to the French Open and being like, Grand Slam Nole, here we go. Lock in. Like, is he going to be able to flick that switch? If this is the way he's going to play. As Djokovic hits the winner, and it's 5-4, and now he's going to have to serve this match. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, look, again, if anyone's going to do it, he can do it, right? He is the greatest. He's going to be able to do it, but Rafa never went out like this. Yeah, I mean, Rafa played every match with such intensity, even though his body said no, you know, at the end. But also, Djokovic and Rafa are not the same person. You know, they have different motivations. They have different, you know, they just have different ways of going about their thing. It's called age. He doesn't look old today. Like, I can understand if he was limping or injured or sore. Novak Djokovic is not injured today. There is nothing like, I mean, you're talking about like age and like, you're talking about like maybe being an old tennis player who's kind of happy with where he is and he's happy not to worry about these tournaments. But like, if you're talking about like he looks like he can't go with, he's playing fine. He's been running down heaps of shots. He's been very athletic today. He doesn't look slow. He doesn't look injured. He doesn't look like he can't keep up. It's just he doesn't look interested, which is weird. Because you could totally understand if he couldn't get to the ball, like Rafa couldn't and like Murray, right? You can understand if he was limping or if he was hurt or if he just could not do what he used to. He is doing vintage things. He's done like 4 vintage Djokovic things today. You know, like lunging for shots and hitting return winners. And he's been doing all the Djokovic tricks, but they're the only things that he seems to be happy with. After that, it's just like, forehand error. Oh, well. Backhand error. Oh, that sucks. Double fault. That's a shame. Like, it doesn't seem very pissed off about his performance. And it's not to do with, there's nothing here going on here that suggests that he's hurt. All right, let's see if Arnaldi can hold his nerve. Because he's still going to win this match. There's a bit of fault. Second serve. Second serve. Second serve, the backhand of Djokovic. Return goes long. 15 love. Yeah, like that backhand just went long and he just walks to the other side like he hit it in. He's just like, oh, that backhand went out. That sucks. He's hit like 40 errors today. I can't fix the scoreboard. Scoreboard is what it is. I just got to leave it. I can't do anything about it. Scoreboard is what it is. I can't. What are you talking about? It's the same. It's the right score. All right, 15 love. As it a serve out wide to the backhand of Djokovic. Return goes wide. 30 love. 30 love. And Arnaldi hasn't played exceptional. So, like, credit to him to get the win, but he has not been playing out of his brain the best match of his life, Arnaldi. He has played okay. He's played well. But he is not on fire. He is not playing the best match of his career like Opelka did at the start of the year or even Berrettini did in Doha. Arnaldi's just played a good match and Djokovic has just played shocking. As a backhand rally, Djokovic on the stretch, goes in the net, 40 love. I don't know what we're watching. I don't know what's going on. All I hope is that Djokovic is not like this at Roland Garros. I hope this is not going to transfer into Grand Slams. If that happens, then some serious questions need to be asked. Because this is strange. 40 love. Arnaldi serves a fault. Second serve. He's lost in straight sets the last 3 matches too. That's crazy. Serving to the backhand of Djokovic return is a winner down the line. 40-15. Yeah, that's kind of wild that he's... if he does lose this match right now, it's straight sets losses. 3 losses in a row, straight sets. That's kind of wild. All right, match point number 2. 40-15. Arnaldi to take a career best win. And he does with a massive serve. All right. Arnaldi gets the win. He beats Djokovic. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what Novak Djokovic. I don't know what's going on with him. But then also he did tell us, he already said that he didn't, like, he's only worried about slams and Davis Cup. So, I mean, maybe we should just, like, take that as, take his word and just move on. Because, I don't know what's going on. I don't think I've ever been more confused about watching Djokovic for a long time. All right. GG's. GG's. Yeah, I don't know what to think of this result. If you are leaving, by the way, don't forget to sub on the way out. Yeah. Are you all surprised? I think it's more surprising. It's more surprising how he loses, not so much that he loses. You can if Djokovic lost in a close 3-setter and too good Arnaldi, but Arnaldi didn't play well. He didn't play that well. He didn't play straight sets against a GOAT well. He didn't play straight sets, beating Djokovic in straight sets. Like he was playing well. He wasn't good. He played a good match. Give Nole a break. He's done everything. He'll turn up for RG in Wimbledon. I hope so. Because this is not good. Like, this is not good. I mean, and look, I don't want to compare him to Rafa and Roger, and even Andy Murray. But when we watch those guys end their careers and finish they did have losses like this, right? Rafa loses matches that he shouldn't have lost, maybe when he was younger. But they had reasons to lose those matches. Like Rafa lost to Borges in Bostad because he couldn't play the game that he couldn't play that game anymore. And he got outplayed by Borges, right? Rafa loses at the French Open to Zverev because Zverev's top player, right? In the first round, right? Roger, he's losing random matches that he shouldn't have lost because the knee wasn't working properly. Murray's hips were not the same. That's why he was losing these weird matches that he wouldn't have lost, 5-10 years ago. But with Nole, he's losing these matches and there's no reason for him. Like, there's no physical reason. Like, he's not limping. He's not sore. He doesn't seem to have an injury unless he does, and he hasn't told. Maybe he has a shoulder problem and nobody knows. But it's just like, he just doesn't. It's just, I mean, it's just confusing. I'm interested to hear what his press conference is, because the last press conference was he played bad. And he was like, yeah, I played terrible against Tabilo, and he's kind of seemed pissed off. This, I don't know if he's going to be pissed off at this, but he wasn't outplayed. So there's some questions that he needs to ask himself, like, because he wasn't outplayed by it wasn't too good Arnaldi. It was what was that? But he didn't seem annoyed by his performance, as well, which is strange. I don't get it. I don't get it. But also, this isn't the first time. Now, he's lost 3 matches in a row twice this year. He doesn't lose 3 matches in a row ever. Like I said, the last time he lost 3 matches in a row before this season was like 15 years ago. And now he's lost 3 matches in a row for the second time. That's crazy. It's crazy. Like, I don't know. Will he play Rome? Yeah, he has to play Rome. He can't go to the French by losing 3 matches in a row. Surely not. He's got to play. He's got to win at least a match on clay. Surely he can't go to he can't skip Rome and go to. He won't skip Rome. He does do well in Rome, so maybe that's where he can get some form. But man, I just don't know. Must be tough or even awkward for Murray. Yeah, I mean, poor Andy. I mean, he's come on as like probably thinking, yeah, I get to coach the greatest player of all time, and yeah, I probably I can give him some insights, but he'll do the rest. He knows what to do, and then he's like, he keeps losing, like he's making Murray look bad. These results are making Murray. I don't know. These results, Murray's thinking, shit, I'm not going to get a job after this because when I jumped on, he got worse. Poor Andy. It sucks. There may not be time catching up with Nole, but the players are. Again, I would agree if Arnaldi played well. If Arnaldi played the match of his life, I would agree, but it was like Djokovic was so not Djokovic today. You know, chat. I want you to tell me when Djokovic is at his best. Give me some words that describe what he is like when he's at his best. Give me some words. Give me some descriptive words. Give me some adjectives. When Djokovic is on fire and he's playing his best, what is he? Like you can say, like, you know, he's unbeatable. He's precise. He's a brick wall. He's intense, right? He's pumped up. He's clutch. He's locked in. He's intense. He's a beast. He's a perfectionist. Laser focused. Precision. He's scary. He's invincible. He's passionate. He was none of those things today. Like, none of those things that you mentioned. He was none of those things. He was the opposite. He wasn't scary, right? He didn't intimidate Arnaldi one bit after the first couple of games. He was like, Arnaldi's like, I got this. Like, you know, he didn't bother. He didn't have intensity. It didn't have any intensity. It was not locked in. Didn't look locked in at all. He just kind of was like, when he hit a good winner, he's like, hey, I hit a good winner. How can you get a round of applause? Like, he just was not focused. He didn't look focused. He didn't look like he definitely wasn't clutch. I mean, he double folded on 2 times to lose the game in the first set. It's just, it's strange. Like, it's just so strange to like, especially from him. Like I said, you know, he's playing like someone who's dropped down the rankings and he's just happy to be on court. You know, and I love Monfils, but we can see it with Lamont, right? Monf is like, I'm 38 years old. I'm happy to be here and competitive. But even Monf has a little bit more intensity than the Djokovic we saw today. You know? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But also, again, we shouldn't sound the alarm because it's Madrid. It's not Roland Garros, right? But if he's like this at Roland Garros and he loses in straight sets there to somebody he should not lose to, so there's only like 4 players that he should lose to, you know, maybe realistically. But if he goes to Roland Garros and he loses in the 3rd round or something to Arnaldi in straights and kind of doesn't look like he wants to be there, that's when we can we need to probably freak out a bit. But it's still very, very confusing. It's a very confusing time to watch Novak Djokovic, especially because, like, in 2023, he was a totally different person. Like, that was a totally different guy. Like, he was so... Even last year, like 12 months ago. Yeah, maybe actually 12 months ago, maybe not, because he was maybe losing a little bit. But, I mean, it's... Yeah. The difference between 2 years ago and this guy is so different. It's so different. And the only thing that's changed is that he's now completed tennis and he's, you know, ticked the boxes. But it's so weird. Like, it's just so weird that if this is the end of his career, you know, say like let's say next year he retires, like, to go out by just kind of like just losing to players that you just shouldn't lose to, or losing matches like that is so, I don't know. It just doesn't, I don't know. It seems weird. Like when Rafa went losing matches last year, he was losing matches, but he was fighting everything he had left. He was given everything he had left to try not to lose and, you know, try to get the win. Whereas Djokovic doesn't seem that bothered by losing these matches as much anymore. He doesn't seem bothered to lose, which is weird. He doesn't seem like the losses, he doesn't care about losing anymore, which is weird because why would you, if you don't care about losing, like, I don't get it. For someone like him to just be happy to, like, seemingly happy to lose is wild. But we'll find out in the press conference what he says, because I'm really interested to hear what he says. But I don't know what's going on. I don't like it. I like seeing Djokovic fired up and show, like, I miss that Djokovic. I don't want to see, I mean, I'm sure Djokovic fans are probably thinking, yeah, this isn't our guy. Like, what happened to our guy? You know? he's enjoying these warm-up to Roland Garros. Ugh, okay. I don't know. I just hope he knows how to flick the switch when it gets to Roland Garros, because if he plays like this at Roland Garros, he ain't going to get far. Like, he's going to lose. He's got to flick the switch at Roland Garros. He's probably. I mean, I need, for my own sanity, I want to see Djokovic at Rome look like the guy that we're going to see at the French. Like, he needs to kind of turn it up next week for me, because I'm like, God damn it! Like, come on, who the hell is this guy? This guy is not the guy that I want to watch. I want to watch the guy that's like angry that these young guys are trying to beat him, not giving out free wins. Like, I can't stand it. Like, just giving out wins to everybody. I want him to be like just angry and like, no, I'm not letting them, like, stubborn. I want him to be stubborn, you know, and not letting this young generation get him. You know, be like, no, I'm still the best. You know, wait your turn. Get out of, you know, not letting these kids bully him. Not letting these kids get the wins. I don't know. I think he's playing possum. Well, look, if he wins the French Open by playing like this, and it was all like a big, that was the chat. It was all like a big like act, that would be a goated move. If he was like, yeah, I was just pretending like I didn't care. And then he goes to the French and he wins, and you're like, got me. He would have got all of us. He fooled us all, right? But, God, he's really playing the part. He's really, if he is doing that, he's really playing it up. It's bloody, because it's hard to find the positives. You know, it's real hard. It's hard to find the positives, and like, it's hard to say, hey, yeah, he's gonna, like, if anyone says he's gonna win the French at this point, it's like, shit, how do you know? Like, what can you base that off? But then maybe that's what he wants. By the way, bottom half of the draw has been smashed to pieces. Fonseca could make the final, which I love. I don't like Tiafoe could make the bloody semis. I don't know. Look, it's Musetti and Tsitsipas. Winner of that should make the semis or make the final. Maybe Demonor, but it should be Demonor, Musetti, Shapovalov, Tsitsipas. The winner of this half of the draw comes out of that. The finalist, one of those four guys, will make the final. Unless Fonseca or Draper, you know, or Berrettini. Okay, maybe not. Maybe Berrettini. But, God, with Alcaraz out and Djokovic out, Madrid's tough. Madrid is rough. That bottom half is rough. Luckily, we've got more matches, though. All right, so I'm going to send you over to the next one. We've got Swiatek Noskova coming up in about 2.5 hours. So we've got time. Hey, Aditya, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate it. ATP weird at the moment? Yeah. Yeah. Alcaraz Djokovic semis? What do you mean? Zverev has to win Madrid? Nah. There's a lot of players that can win Madrid still. I don't think it's all on Zverev. Maybe a surprise from Klaverdev. Ooh, maybe. We need Sinner back to get things normal. Yeah, we need somebody to come in here and show us how to win consistently. I mean, Alcaraz did it until this week, right? He made back-to-back finals and won Monte Carlo. Yeah. Chad, if this was the first time we'd felt like this, I think we'd all be a lot more disappointed, but it's just becoming a common It's just becoming all too normal that Djokovic has this happen. It's just too normal. Medi has a nice draw. Yeah, I'd love Medi to win. That would be fun. That'd be really fun. This was more surprising than 2024. I agree. 2024, what? He lost to... Oh, he didn't play this tournament last year. So, yeah. But, yeah. This season is a lot weirder from Djokovic. Last year, it was like, oh my God, he's losing to randoms. But he still was like, I don't know. It feels different. Fonseca is winning Madrid. I'd love that. He doesn't look motivated for Masters, now just slams. Yeah. But if you're a Djokovic fan, I'm speaking to the Djokovic fans here that hopefully stuck around. If you're a fan of Djokovic, are you really going to be that confident that, I know you're like the way that is all the Djokovic fans are like, Cam, don't get worried. It's only Madrid. He's only worried about the French. Don't worry about this tournament. He doesn't care about this tournament. Yeah, but should he, are you really that confident that he's going to go to the French Open and win it? Based on what you've seen? Are you not concerned that, when he is playing tournaments, he's losing in the first match? It's not like he's getting, winning 2 matches and losing the third match, which is fine. If he won this match and the next one and then lost in the quarters, you'd go, okay, he's making the fourth round or quarterfinal. But he's not even making it past the first round. He's not making it past the first stage. You've got to be worried. You can't be, surely just going, oh, well, he's only cares about slams. Yeah, but he's not winning. He's in fact, he's losing. It's not like he's not even playing. It's like, oh, he hasn't played for 3 months and now he's playing. No, he's playing and losing. It's like, what? You've got to be worried, surely. I'm not worried? Wow. I mean, yeah, like I said, if anyone's going to turn it on after losing 4 matches in a row, it's going to be him. Or 3 matches in a row, it's him, right? But I mean, it's probably the worst preparation for Roland Garros he's ever had. Legit. He's going to go to the French Open if he doesn't do well in Rome. Probably his worst clay court season pre-French Open since 2005 or something. You know? And there's no injuries that would suggest that it's that. There's nothing that suggests that he is not healthy. The eye, by the way, the eye, somebody asked about the eye. The eye looks fine. I don't think he has the eye issue anymore. And plus, that was a month ago now. Last year was his worst Wimbledon preparation, somewhere at the final. Yeah, but that's because he had the knee injury, and that was, you could understand why. But this has nothing to do with injury. That's what's even that might be more concerning, because if he was injured, you can be like, yeah, but he's not. He can't move well because he's sore. There's nothing physically wrong with him. So the fact that he's not playing at all, well, maybe more concerning. Unless he flips the switch. Can he flip the switch? Does he have the switch? Philip.
It's frustrating because we can see he's still physically capable, he just doesn't have the fight anymore. Either try your hardest or don't show up.
Yeah. Thank you for the donation. I think that is it, right? It's it's confusing as well, because he's physically capable. He played some crazy rallies today, and it was it wasn't like he did that and it was like, oh, finally he's vintage. He can still do a lot of those things that he used to do. But yeah, it just seems like it's internal. I don't know. He's tired from what? He hasn't played. He's been losing first rounds. He's not tired. I mean, he can't be tired. He's barely played. Yeah. We'll find out what he says in the press conference. Only he will know what or why. Hopefully the press conference they ask him the right questions so we can all get an insight, because I think we're all asking what is going on. Like, why? What is going on? You know, like what? And I hope wouldn't mind him coming out and saying, "Yeah, I don't care." Like, he's not going to say, "I don't care about Madrid." It's going to be awkward if he says that. But I want him to, like, I hope he comes out and just says, and just like kind of goes, "Yeah, like Roland Garros is what I want to win." But I mean, how many players have won Roland Garros without winning a clay court match beforehand? Again, he's going to do it if anyone, right? But I don't know. Should he change his game? No, his game's fine. His game is not the problem. It seems like it's his drive, is his motivations, whatever it is. It's definitely seems more like that from an outside. Doesn't seem like it's his game is not like. Yeah, I don't think his game's like the problem. He's got the game. 30 years of the grind. Yeah, I mean, look, we can again. Only he will be able to say. I just cannot see this Grand Slam only don't care about tournaments is helping anyone. It's ridiculous. He just lost his can't lose mentality. I don't think it's hard to understand. A, he's won everything. B, he's older and slightly slower, less consistent. I don't think he's slower. And lets leads go. Yeah. I mean, look, again, the only thing is, he's won everything and Nadal is gone, right? And I said this last year, and I know, like, at the time, the thing was, well, he wants to win 25 slams. His goal is 30 slams. He's always going to have something to play for. But when he won the gold, and now we're sort of almost 12 months removed from that, when he won the gold, it was like, now what? I said, now what does he do? He's done everything. What does he have to do? How's he going to be able to, like, what is he next? And, everyone, he's going to win Wimbledon again. He's going to do this. He wants to do that. But, like, this doesn't look like a guy that is got 25 slams is like, I want that. Or maybe it does. Maybe we've only seen one slam of him playing, right? Maybe the French Open is a totally different guy and he's a beast. So maybe I'll make we'll talk about this after the Roland Garros tournament. But like, again, it's like, he just doesn't look right now like a guy who is playing for something. Like, it doesn't look like that. Because even if your goal is Roland Garros, you still don't want to lose first round of Madrid. You don't want to lose first round of Monte Carlo. You don't want to give other players hope that they can beat you, or like, you don't want to, like, it can't be good for your confidence losing 3 matches in a row. Like, I don't know. I think Rafa retiring probably hurts just as much as him completing tennis. That seemed maybe that, like, seeing Rafa go and being like, oh great, now, like, there's Sinkeraz, I'm not really a part of that, and the guys that are still around, I kick their ass. Like, he doesn't lose to Monfils, and he doesn't lose to all these guys. And the motivation to stop the young guys trying to win is clearly not a thing, because he's been handing out wins a lot this year, which is weird. And he doesn't seem bothered by losing to the younger guys anymore. Whereas he was like, maybe last year in 2023 for sure. 2023, he was like, I'm not letting Alcaraz get this. This is mine. Hold on, back off, kid. But then last year, he kind of, like, Sinner got a few wins, and he's kind of like, all right, well, you're too good. He got Alcaraz this year, but he's letting all the other guys win. He's, Arnaldi today, I think he might have let Lehechka win, Mahach, all these, like, under 25-year-olds that we talk about all the time. Letting them win, or at least not trying to stop them winning. Not letting them win. but not being like, nah, I'm not not fighting against those guys as much. Seems weird, But he will only know. Only he will know, and only he will be able to tell us. All right, chat. I'm going to send you over to the next one. We've got 2 hours until Swiatek. This schedule sucks. I'm saying it now. This schedule sucks. Madrid, why are we having 2-hour blocks of time before the night session? What are we doing? What are we doing? We gotta tighten it up. We got to put matches on that actually go the distance. We can't be... What are we doing? We're putting 3 easy matches on center court and nothing's happening. We got to wait for 2 hours. Come on now. Come on. What are we doing? What are we doing? You're making me stay up all night sitting around doing nothing. Come on now. Anyways, Arnaldi wins. Best win of his career. Gets the GOAT in straight sets, 6-3, 6-4, and he's into the third round. Let's see if he can build on this. He didn't play great, Arnaldi, but hey, confidence is confidence, and you beat Djokovic, you're going to get confidence. Doesn't matter if you didn't play your best match, you still beat him, so that's something. We've got Swiatek coming up against Nosco. That is going to be a banger. We'll see you guys soon.